Welcome back to another edition of All or Not According to Jack with your host Jack Toledano. So yeah, I've been bludgeoning you over the head with a lot of music content lately. A lot of talk about 90-minute best of cassettes and album of the day for the entire month. Rather an album each day for the entire month, and that's going to continue. But for today, I thought it was a good time to talk about baseball, and we're only going to talk about the Mets very shortly. Uh, they lost a they lost to the Pittsburgh Pirates earlier tonight, sadly, but I don't blame the starting pitcher, Clay Holmes, because he didn't have optimal conditions like you see here, blue skies. He had, it was raining, and they should have put the tarp on the field, idiots. But because they have a schedule now where teams only visit your stadium once a year, so they have to try very hard to get the game in, but you know what? To the detriment of these players, I don't understand it. But so I don't fault you, Clay. I went to your game last Friday night where you beat the Cubs. Good job. I got one of those hockey jerseys out of the deal, what they call the City Connect hockey jerseys with the NYC on it. But enough about that. But very proud of my Mets this year. They're in first place. They are doing very well. I pray that it continues. Uh, it looks like if Mr. Polar Bear Alonso and Mr. Lindor keep playing the way they are playing, they will get voted into the All-Star game this year. Praying for both men. They deserve it. Keep up the good work, guys. Uh, Pitching staff, keep up the good work. Again, I don't blame you, Mr. Holmes. Uh, you know, Granted, you have to make those pitches, but I feel like you got squeezed a couple times, and then when you started throwing your slider more effectively, the rain came down heavier, and you lost the grip of the ball, and guy hit a home run on you. What happens? Mets just keep winning 2 out of every 3 games. Just keep winning these 3 game series, and we'll be like the '86 Mets where they win 108-54. Gotta love that year. But any event, we're going to talk about another team tonight, and I put this little collage together, and let's get there. The Cincinnati Reds, and in particular Pete Rose. So I've been a Met fan for a long time, since 1973. First game I ever went to was in August of 1974, and it was against the Cincinnati Reds in the Big Red Machine. Shockingly, the Mets actually won that game 4-1. I was very shocked. Even more shocked that light hitting Don Hahn hit a 3-run homer to help us win that game. Wow. And little known middle reliever Bob Apodaca, who they just brought up, pitched 7 innings of no hit, of rather no run ball. Great job. Tug McGraw pitched the last 2 innings, gave up the home run in the ninth inning to right there, Mr. Johnny Bench, for their only run. But it was a thrill and a half to go to my very first game at Shea Stadium. And I was just reminiscing with George. So I've been to 3 doubleheaders in my lifetime, back in the age when they were scheduling them as, putting them on the schedule at the beginning of the season. Now you only get them if there's rainouts, and you know what? Like, for example, had the first Pittsburgh game been rained out, they would have had a doubleheader the next day. So that's how they do it now. But first doubleheader I ever went to was a what they call a twilight doubleheader. It's one of the, and back then they were one admission. None of this game at 1 o'clock, game at 7 o'clock crap, where they can charge two admissions. Back then it was only one admission. First game is at 4:05, and then generally what they would do is after that first game there would be a half an hour break, and then they would play the second game. On that occasion, 1978 I believe it was, the Mets lost both because they were a shitty team at that time. Who to? The Cincinnati Reds. Um, so let's look at them. So right above my head, that's Pete Rose. Next to him is Dave Concepcion, shortstop. Second baseman Joe Morgan, and then all the way to the right is first baseman Tony Perez. Uh, Kneeling down in the front is catcher extraordinaire Johnny Bench. I had to look up the guys in the back, so directly over behind Dave Concepcion is George Foster, who got traded to the Mets in I think 82 or 83. He became persona non grata in the 85-86 season. Of course, he did not go out to help them win a brawl against, I forget who they were. It might have even been the Cincinnati Reds, but he stayed in the dugout, and he basically lost the clubhouse. So in the center, top center, Cesar Geronimo. Top right, Ken Griffey Sr., a guy who I actually saw hit a home run in that first game of the, or was it the second game of the twilight doubleheader where the Mets lost both? Was it 4-1 and 4-3 they lost? Foster hit two home runs. He hit one in each game. That was the year he hit 52 home runs. Here's a guy with a 30-inch waist hitting. There hadn't been a guy who hit 50 home runs in a season in about, I don't know, 10, 12 years. Amazing. And this guy did it with a 30-inch waist. But in any event, so Cincinnati Reds were always a team that intrigued me. You look, there's Cookie Cutter Riverfront Stadium. I think it opened in 1970 to replace Crosby Field. I don't know what year they tore that or imploded it and opened the Great American Ballpark, but the Great American Ballpark is on my bucket list. I want to go there just because I also want to go to their Hall of Fame and, see them pay homage to this great Big Red Machine who won the championship in 75 and 76. I don't hate the Yankees now, but I hated them then. And it was nice to see them sweep the Yankees in 4 games in 1976. But top picture up there, you can see Great American Ballpark. Uh, looks like a great ballpark indeed. I got to get there someday. Hopefully against the Mets, but we'll see. So, anyway, now that I've reminisced about the Reds, let's talk about Mr. Pete Rose. I mean, come on. Was it Bart Giamatti suspended him for life from baseball, banned him from baseball, so he couldn't be voted into the Hall of Fame because alleged gambling. He saying that not only did he gamble, but he gambled against his own team. They're alleging, but I don't know if that's ever been proven. Or basically, what they might have done was just to keep it out of the press. Pete admitted to it, and he admitted, and he agreed to the lifetime ban. But you know what? How do you ban a guy? And granted, you got guys that are, I wouldn't say banned now, but they have been pretty much ignored because of the steroids era. Talking Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, guys that were taking steroids when they were legal, but tainted their tainted their numbers and tainted, their legacies and their careers. So the I don't know if it's a collusion on the part of the uh, sports writers of America for keeping them out. But you know, here's the thing: a couple points I want to make. Number one, so I'm watching. I watched some of the Yankee games today, and I watched the Met game. So for the guys that take steroids, you know what? It is still extremely hard to hit a major league pitch. I mean, some of these guys throw in the upper 90s. You're telling me that the average human male in the United States can hit a 98-mile-an-hour fastball? I mean, if I hit a 70, 80-mile-per-hour fastball in the cage, I'm lucky. Those balls are fucking zipping by you. Uh, Very hard to hit. You have to have really good timing, really good hand-eye coordination. Uh, and then on top of that, okay, so say you can hit a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Then you got these guys that are throwing these breaking pitches. You have curveballs that look like they're coming at you fast, and then they drop out of the zone. And, they fooled a lot. It made people look very bad. Uh, Doc Gooden's first year with the Mets, he made a lot of good major league hitters look very bad with Lord Charles, they call that curveball his. Uh, the slider slides across the zone. Another very hard pitch to recognize. Now they got a new, what I call designer pitch called a sweeper. It sweeps even more across the, the strike zone. Um, the cutter. That's a pitch that comes in and just cuts a little bit at the last minute. That's very hard to hit. That made Mariano Rivera very hard to hit closer for the New York Yankees. Uh, had very few blown saves as a result because it was so goddamn hard to hit. You think you're expecting a 96-mile-an-hour fastball and then it cuts at the last minute. So even though they took steroids, they still have to be able to hit that ball, and not many people can do it. Uh, Not many people can put it into McCovey Cove on a regular basis like Barry Bonds could. So you're telling me these guys don't belong in the Hall of Fame? Uh, so I was just giving you my anatomy of the major league pitch. Here's a guy who had hit those pitches 4,100 times into the outfield. I'm not counting the times he bunted the ball for hits or got infield hits. Here's a guy who was a hitting machine. 4,100 freaking hits. Uh, he broke the National League hitting streak. I think he actually tied it at Shea Stadium. So uh, the Shea Stadium crowd forget it that they hated him because because of his brawl with um, what the hell's his name, Bud Harrelson, but who forgave him Pete in later years, but and they cheered for him. Uh, you know what? The thing that really grinds my gears. A few years back, you're on your soapbox talking about how he broke the cardinal sin of baseball, gambling. So what did you do? You allowed gambling into the stadiums to advertise. Uh, City Field, they have what they call the Caesars Club, or at the time they were calling it the Caesars Club. Uh, then they had the Caesar level, which is the middle level, where George and I watched the game Friday night. So 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 now you basically allowed it into all stadiums. Now you allow FanDuel to to come into your stadiums and advertise. A couple of years ago, I'm at a game with my boss. Young lady walks up to me. Oh, would you like a free account for FanDuel? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't gamble. You know what? She tried a couple times to persuade me to change my mind. Are you sure? I'm like, yes, I'm damn sure. Gambling's a bad habit and it's ruined a lot of lives, and I don't want to get started. Thank you very much. So think about it. You're denying this guy from getting into the Baseball Hall of Fame, or you were for the longest time, and now you've let this scourge into your stadiums. Uh, so this was Bart Giamatti. Now Rob Manfredi, I guess, has just today or yesterday it was announced that now he has now lifted the ban off of Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson. So now they can be eligible for the Hall of Fame. Who knows? Will it happen this year? Will it happen next year? It's time. He deserves it, and it's time to wipe that egg off your face. With or even worse, the hypocrisy off your face. Uh, why would you do that? As soon as you allowed Caesar's Palace into yours to advertise in your stadiums, as soon as you allowed FanDuel and what some other names into your stadiums, you should have. Oh man, about to sneeze. Damn. You should have lifted the ban then. I mean, this is a freaking joke. This really makes baseball look stupid. Not bad, stupid. Uh, I'm very happy. So last summer I got to see Pete signing autographs at the Hall of Fame. I got a picture of him, but sadly he died. I don't know, 2, 3 weeks after that. Uh, Part of it is I think that uh, I, please tell me I'm wrong, that you waited till after he passed away to lift the ban so that he didn't get to enjoy it in his lifetime. I got to tell you, if I'm his family and you said, oh, you want to come and induct him, this is what you get from me. Buck yourselves. You want to induct him, but I want no part of it. Fuck you. Terrible. Just terrible. That the man who put all those years and all that hustle, all that hard work into it, a guy that he didn't have the greatest talent. He didn't have the talent of Johnny Bench, who could hit 45 home runs, or George Foster that could hit over 50, or Joe Morgan, uh, a small second baseman who could hit 25 and was a great hitter. Uh, Tony Perez, who was capable of hitting 30, 40 a year. Uh, Dave Concepcion, excellent range at shortstop, uh, like our own Francisco Lindor does today. Uh, so, what do you think? First of all, are you happy that the ban has been lifted, even though he's no longer alive to enjoy it? I know I am. We love you, Pete. Uh, I hope the family of Pete Rose is better people than me. I probably wouldn't forgive baseball, but who knows? Maybe they will. We'll see. This is Jack Toledano, speaking for all or not according to Jack. This has been a baseball editorial about not the New York Mets, but about the Cincinnati Reds. Have a good one, folks. Talk soon. Bye.